Hey everybody, it's Natasha of NatashasKitchen.com. Today we are making French dip sliders. These are beefy, cheesy, juicy, and you'll love the dipping sauce. It's super easy to double this recipe, just saying. Let's get started. We'll start with some quick prep. Make sure you've got your oven preheated to 350 degrees Fahrenheit with the rack in the middle, and you're gonna butter a rimmed baking sheet. Plus, make sure if you haven't already to subscribe to our channel, and when you do, click that little bell icon so you'll get notifications every time we post a recipe. We'll start with some quick prep. Butter a rimmed baking sheet and preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Also, thinly slice up your onion. I love the sweetness that a caramelized onion adds to these sliders, but if you don't love onion, you can cut the onion in half or just skip it altogether. We'll start by sauteing those onions. Place a large skillet over medium-high heat and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. Now add your sliced onions, and you'll want to stir occasionally for about 5 minutes or until the onions are just softened. Now here's a great trick for getting onions to caramelize faster. I use this same tip when I'm making French onion soup. Sprinkle 1/4 teaspoon of granulated sugar over the onions and continue sauteing, stirring occasionally for another 5 minutes or so, or until the onions are golden and caramelized. Once the onions are done, you can transfer those to a bowl, but do not wash your skillet. We're gonna use that to make a great dipping sauce later. You can see once the onions are caramelized, they do shrink down quite a bit. Next, you'll need a pack of 16 Hawaiian sweet rolls. We love these for sliders because they're super soft and really easy to work with. Using a serrated knife, cut all the way through the buns, creating a top bun and a bottom bun. Transfer your rolls to your buttered baking pan and remove the top layer. Now spread 1/4 cup of real mayo over the bottom buns. That little bit of mayo will keep your sliders juicy and tender. Layer on 1 pound of deli meat. You can either use thinly sliced roast beef or pastrami. And I love pastrami in French dip, so that's what I'm using. Next, add your caramelized onions, and the beauty of this is if you have someone in the family that doesn't love onions, you can add the onions just to half of your sliders. Cover the top with about 9 slices of provolone cheese. A mild provolone cheese will taste best, just make sure that you don't use aged provolone, and you can also use a sliced mozzarella cheese if you prefer. Melt 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter and brush that all over the tops of your buns. That coating of butter adds a lot of flavor, so don't be afraid to be generous with it. And while the butter is still moist, sprinkle on sesame seeds. We did the same thing with our cheeseburger sliders, and it just makes it look like tiny burgers. If you don't have sesame seeds on hand, you can also use everything bagel seasoning. Now bake those uncovered in the center of a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 12 to 15 minutes. You'll know they're ready when the cheese is melted and the tops are golden brown. Now we're gonna make that flavorful Au Jus dipping sauce in the same pan we used to saute the onions. Place the pan over medium-high heat and add 3 cups of water. You're gonna stir that to deglaze the pan, and you can already see the flavor forming in the pan. Now add a 1 ounce packet of Au Jus mix, or add it to taste. I've found that this powder can be pretty salty when you're making it according to the package instructions, so I don't usually use the whole packet. Simmer that according to the package instructions, and your sauce is done. Alright, our cheese is looking melted and the buns look beautifully golden, so we're gonna take them out of the oven. You don't wanna overbake or they can get dry. My mouth is watering for these. Alright, and I'm gonna transfer this to a cutting board because you wanna cut these up into individual sliders. Otherwise, they don't really come apart easily. So you have to cut through the meat. Look at that. Yes. Okay, and our Au Jus dip has been simmering away for about 10 minutes, so that's ready to go. We're gonna grab that and come right back. All right, and I like to get this into a large measuring cup. That way it's really easy to serve. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay, and if you do use the packet for the sauce, make sure you add water to taste, because per the instructions, it can be pretty salty. So I like to add a little extra water. Okay, here we go. And just kind of follow the lines of the sliders as a guide. They're super easy to cut. It's like crispy and buttery on the outside and so soft and juicy on the inside. Oh, these remind me of our cheeseburger sliders, which are also so delicious. And those are a birthday party favorite with the kids. But these are so good. A little bit more adult flavors. But actually my son loves these. Okay, once you've cut them one way, you wanna turn them and cut them the other way as well, so that the little sandwiches come apart easily. I like to use a serrated knife for this process as well. It seems to just cut through them easier. Look at how irresistible these look. And the best part is the taste test, of course. When you pull one of these up and you've got that beautiful cheese pull following it, oh, it's hard to beat. Okay, so to serve these, we're gonna pour some of that dip into a ramekin cup, just to make it easier to dip. Nice generous amount there. Okay, here we go. Check this out. All right, here comes the cheese pull. That is my favorite part every time. Just gets me every time. All right, and then I do love to serve French dip with a dipping sauce. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Just give it a generous dunk. It just takes the sandwich over the top. Here we go. Oh. Oh, wow. Look inside. It's just so beefy and juicy and cheesy. It is so delicious. And then that caramelized onion just adds a hint of sweetness, which is so nice. And you can also saute and put mushrooms in here. My kids aren't a fan of that, but I love mushrooms, so I love putting mushrooms in here when we're serving it for the grown-ups. Oh, I cannot wait to eat the rest of this. And this is really good with some fresh corn on the cob, or a nice green salad, or French fries, of course, to make it a meal. These are so simple. I hope this gives you a great dinner idea, and we'll see you in our next video. Also, if you found Sharky hidden away somewhere in this video, let me know where you found him in the comments. I'm gonna go eat this sandwich.